this Yumi, and he will go down. The polymorph was too quick.
Oh, hold up.
Keria had no chance, and now no Mega Gnar, no Galio ultimate, no teleport from Faker. A second kill will go to the side of KT, as he was just an orange buff in that case.
When at first it doesn't work, just try again, says KT. Really well done. So we got 2 plays on both sides of the map working out. Generally, you're going to try and play to one side of the map, but if you win the 2v2 that hard, it doesn't really matter. So what we had there, as we'll go into the replay shortly, hopefully we'll talk a little bit more about that bot play. But the top play to me is perfect, because not only does it actually kill the Gnar this time, but the kill goes to the Jack. The kill goes to King.
As Faker's ult got canceled, there is the exhaust. Immediately gets cleansed, aiming still, having to go forward. He will eventually go down, right? Right, he's gonna go down, no! Maybe he will not, he is going to fight through to the end. And just because of that, T1 used everything to try to get the Zeri, and they could not kill her. KT take down 4. And now they will take the Baron.
That might be a breaking point in this game here for KT. Beautifully done. T1 identified we need to kill Zeri. Unfortunately for them, KT is aware of this fact. Beautiful response. As we get into the replay later on, I really want to highlight how well of a job KT did keeping their Zeri alive. This is of course in full vision, and the amount of distance that traveled is big, but as you pointed out already, that cancel from Cuz on Faker might be the
trying to fight this one. Now Owner is going to continue in. He immediately goes down. A little bit of hesitation from the T1 side, and KT's like, really? You want to fight us here? I don't know about that, buddy. As now Keen gets low, but they're just getting baited into this. KT are wiping the floor with T1 in this first one.
And KT going to be able to push through here at the very least. Inhibitors are going to be broken, might even be looking towards the end of the game if they really want to try it. It's early still.
They have Baron.
Could be looking for it.
Still 30 seconds of Baron. I think you go for it.
I agree.
Just don't overstep your bounds. Siege the turrets. See if he can make it happen. They're going to get this scat of the week onto Faker, who is looking for the engage. He is going to get an arc. Stopwatch aiming! Puts on the Nikes and says, no thank you. I will not be getting taunted tonight. I will not be getting Mega Gnar tonight. As their stopwatch number 2. Faker goes in alone. He's trying to create a front line here for Guma and Keria, but it doesn't look like it's going to work. KT will be taking down the Nexus here in game number 1.
What an impressive game coming through here from KT. Able to take down T1 with a composition that I thought had it all. Good engage, right? Good dive, but it's KT and not through T1 messing up, but for making proactive plays of their own. That bot side dive, the confidence of their Zeri and Lulu duo. Well, Hands and Aiming doing a wonderful job. And great first game here coming out from KT.
Top Karma. Cassante is available. Actually got banned in game number 1 by T1. So they say we can just go for that instead. And it does look like they are pivoting a little bit as, well, Zed or bed?
Yeah, let's do full AD. That's going to do it.
Keria is going to play the Zed, and then Faker's going to play Yumi mid.
I'm not going to get trolled by hovers. Keria is playing with everyone's heart.
Who is that?
I like this adaptation, actually. I think the Orianna is in a very special position here where I do think you're going to get shoved in and have a tough time in that way of actually impacting the map. But when you look at teamfights, Orianna does a couple of things. She provides reliable DPS. She enables Vi, because if you can get a Vi ultimate with an Orianna ult off, it's a great combo. But she also enables Kumayushi in case that the Sivir gets fed. So really like the Orianna. I don't think the champion is necessarily...
Now on the hunt is coming out. He said, well, if Cuz was here, he would have come in already. As exhaust going to be used, and the trade is getting in there. Low is aiming, and he gets taken out. And Guma and Keria will pick up the double kill as they exert their dominance and assert it over this bottom lane.
Okay, now time to die. We gotta get out of there. I think Guma might not be able to. Oh!
Wow, double execute. And Cuz was not able to get there on time. Was busy doing the Cloud Drake. It's all Atlas's fault.
And that play from Guma and Carry at Turnwood was a surefire loss for T1, giving up a Drake, and they were also at the risk of dying, right? Like, if they don't get the double there, Guma and Carry died, BDD that was roaming, and Cuz coming from the Drake pit. And they might lose the game again, but thanks to the heroics, and aiming just want to get out of the situation. It's clear that the response from T1 is good enough, and that mid-game breaking point that KT was able to force last time around, not really happening. And now we have Gumayushi just being level 11, sitting on 2 items.
Faker hit it! First ever assist for the LCK. Congratulations, he has passed Gorilla. Well, I suppose he's about to, as he has tied it for now. As here we go, we got a team fight. In goes Cuz, but hesitates a bit, backs away before going in with the Cyclone. A huge Faker ultimate gets 2, but immediately the turnaround comes in from KT. His aiming is getting dove on the backside by Owner here on the right side of this fight. They're not quite able to get this Lucian, and aiming will take him down, but take a look at the top side. Guma also kiting it out very well, trying to take down Keen, and Faker is just barely able to get in there, aiming a little bit too low to actually continue on the fight. As aiming, you gotta get out of there, buddy. That's Cassante. BDD is all alone. He is gonna flash and actually take out Faker with the Dunkarino. Demontre will pick up the kill. Does he have to pay for it with his life, though, as over comes Keen? And the Mantra W is enough as Guma, he's got a cat on his back, and they will have to back away from that one.
The first half of the fight was beautifully done, and I'm shocked that Owner lived as long as he did. The second half, mostly very funny. As a lot of people living, not a lot of people dying. Zeus drawing a ton of attention here, drawing a lot of cooldowns, and it looks like they're opting into a disengage, right? But Faker, even though he is spotted, the ball is lost for a second there, and that prompts everyone to go in. Keen hits Mega just like Valdez. I know you're a salty.
Let's talk about Sivir again.
I know you're a salty Orianna player, but
okay. I mean, they should have expected this, but maybe they're just waiting for it. As in goes Cuz way too deep alone. He's got that second Cyclone, and all the TPs coming in. T1 are like, yeah, cool story. Now your jungle is gone, and we're gonna go for a T1 Baron.
As you were saying, you should be ready for that. They were. T1 very clearly had their fingers on the trigger, ready to go and punish KT when they try and look for such a play, although Faker...
Faker, he should be okay, though. He's able to get away. He's got a Yuumi on his back. And this Baron is getting to about half health at this point in time.
Aiming's alive.
Aiming is alive as Ingo saves, trying to 100-0 the Keen, and he will go down, so no Gnar is going to come in and save just a monstrous tank at this point in time. And I think that is enough to push away KT. Lahens is just dead. He's alone as the Baron will be taken by T1.
Why are we still zoomed in? Is it not over? Okay. I'm like, is he going to kill more people? What's happening, Jonas Strong? BDD? What? Oh.
Okay, he might be able to get on Faker here. Faker pretty fast, though, with the W, and he will get away. Nice little tricky play there. Don't see that all the time.
I want you to first pay attention to how quick T1 knows this, right? Like, this is such an obvious bait. Cuz is ready.
Also does happen. As the push is coming in, they're just trying to naturally chip away at this, even without the Baron buff. T1, you know they're staring at that timer. As aiming takes a massive chunk, and Faker finishes it off. And now your 80 carry's gone. So all of a sudden, you're missing a lot of damage with not a real mid laner.
Faker STP is clearly baiting someone to walk up to him. BDD says, okay, I'll take that bet.
Okay, I mean, it's Sivir. So, the immeasurable
disappointment in Valdez' voice.
Yeah, okay. He tries to flash away. He does not have Tidal Wave, so he just dies. Faker going to take him out. A very messy one as in they go. Onto aiming the flank from Zeus, and T1 want to take this game right now. They do not want any other objectives to be part of this one. They will take down Cuz, and finally the Gnar comes in, but way too little, way too late. The Cassante, again, is pretty much untouched. Just going to TP into mid lane, and that'll do it for game number 2. T1 will tie it up.
And that game was close until it wasn't. Valdez. Overall, T1 looking revitalized here in the second game. Really good individual performances. Zeus and Gumayushi to me most notably. Both of them really popping off, but while all of that happened, Faker's also sitting on a 5-1 and 7 scoreline, and maybe there's a little bit of hope for an Orianna main after. Just be Faker. You know, just be the best player of all time. No biggie.
Played it really well.
Could make it work.
Worked out for them. As surpassed everyone except in losses, which is a good thing. So first in every positive stat, although I guess stats is also up there, but he's been around for a long time.
So as we just heard, Ji-sun told us the first one in losses is Deft, and the second one is Keen.
Well, there you go.
So first a second, I guess, and yeah, that graphic really said it all. Reaching those milestones, being this good, this deep into your career, picking out the Orianna out of nowhere. The champion, as we know now, he had about the second amount of assists possible on. Really impressive.
And not getting shaken down.
And we don't really know what Faker is going to lock in yet. As
it's Jace.
Well, it's Jace for Zays. And that goes without saying. It is.
It's Kassadin.
Kassadin and Jace actually is amazing as well. Kassadin and Sejuani. We didn't talk about the Kassadin at all yet, but is an incredibly strong duo that can really work well together. Kassadin with the auto reset on his W.
Shout out to Effort.
Oh, yeah.
Nasus Hover.
Nasus Hover. That's nice. That's a throwback.
Curious shouting out to a former T1 support. Renekton
and Gnar are the options here. As much as I like Jace,
the two options
those
are
the two options
Gnar.
into Cassandra.
And the follow-up with the Sejuani stun. Oh, can someone auto him? First blood. Owner going to take him down as he is extremely low, and now the rotation will be coming in from KT. Yeah. Can Realm Warp for sure, just to make some vision as, nope, he's going to get over the wall. And he is going to spot Owner with that Realm Warp. And that will be an execution for Owner. So works out for T1 in the end.
Bit unfortunate execution on because it starts off amazing, then it went a little bit yakety sax, and then it ended amazing again. So in the end, T1 I think gonna be happy as all the hands.
Oh boy. Unfortunate timing for Faker is now the gank from the Heimerdinger. Might be one. Doesn't necessarily need to be down there. Looks like Lehens is also gone from there, and he's level 4. As that is going to hit, an immediate cleanse has to be used by aiming. Not a comfortable position for this Zeri in the bottom side, as we expected.
I'm going to have a bad time. The Varus ultimate notoriously slow, but really nicely done by Keria. Yeah. Really living up to that marksman, position here as a support.
It's looking good for Keria's POG already.
I'm feeling it.
I'm
on board, yeah.
How is Lehens still level 4?
He's been moving around a lot, but he's not been getting a lot done. And that has unfortunately resulted in his turret being almost down. Him being extremely low level. And...
I think just sit in mid, but you don't really want to take levels away from the Rise.
Yeah, but he's level 4.
That's okay.
And Heimer is like Ashe.
There you go.
You really want your ultimate. Oh, he's level 5 now.
Nice.
Oh,
better than level 4.
Oh, yeah. Marginally, I'd
Improvements
say.
have been made.
It is strictly better, yes.
Yes. Okay. They are actually going to throw that in. And the Ashe Arrow as well. And the Chains of Corruption. They really hate this level 5 little guy with the crazy hair, and you know what? That's just going to be another free kill, and that's what happens when you draft a comp like this. Your pick potential is just off the charts.
He's never going to hit level 6.
Yeah.
They're going to keep killing him. It's unfair.
Solo QE already would have left.
Oh, yeah.
He never would have hit level 6, actually.
Everyone will be saying FF15.
Yeah.
But that's not what's happening in this game.
9 times report. Summon the support.
You really have to lobby for those as well.
Yeah.
It's easy to forget if you're on the enemy team. Unfortunately for KT, one thing we were afraid of with this composition was the bot lane, and it hasn't really happened in the way that we were expecting. Because I think aiming on the hands in terms of pure 2v2 have been like okay, right? It's been more like the map movement. KT really has kind of put themselves in awkward positions, whereas T1 take the global gold and head up the top.
They read the play. The gank was coming in from KT.
So it's like 60% bot lane, then like 30% mid lane shenanigans as Faker's going to fight Cuz.
Yeah.
He's 2 levels up.
Kind of interesting. I mean, the arrow is going to come in, and the flash doesn't help him at all. Chains of Corruption, you are gone. They feed it over to Faker as well, who now has 2 kills under his belt and is stacking the XP and gold. T1, they're like paragliding into the victory right now. Feels so easy and smooth for them. Okay, a little bit questionable, but
What's
fine.
Power gliding?
Paragliding.
Oh, paragliding.
Yeah.
I was very.
Paragliding.
I wanted to ask you about this.
Sounds
what
like a
is
solo
power
queue term.
gliding?
They're Astra smurfing to the victory too.
They're power gliding. Oh, I kind of know. I wish it was a thing.
You can only to the Wukong, and he gets 100 to 0'd. Lance can't even get there on time. They kill him so quickly, and a couple of kills come in, and the Rift Herald is going to collect an extra kill over to the Varus. Make it 4. Can we make it an ace at 18 minutes? T1 just kind of playing with their food as Faker will just Sonya's at the end as the ace will be collected.
Clean ace coming through, and while the Nexus might not fall, I do feel like we're approaching the point very rapidly where the game might be over. Now, I'm not Wolf, so I'm not going to make a call because I physically cannot.
Yeah.
But very unfortunate scenario. I don't know if Cuz didn't have his W available, if he thought that he could sidestep it, but unfortunately unable to tank that with his clone. And the moment Wukong goes down, everything is a disaster. T1 just has to run him down. Faker, very leisurely, tanks as much as he needs to. Has the stopwatch after all. Even if he dies, doesn't matter.
Yeah. 가보자. Let's go.
I love that emote.
And, okay. Carry. He's not messing around. BDD's like, no, we're going to get him.
I think they will.
Yeah, they'll get him.
But at what cost?
This is Ash.
That's what we ask ourselves.
Are they? Oh, no. They're not going to get him?
No!
He lives! Oh, the damage from Guma is insane. And this game is pretty much over. Faker is just globetrotting all over them now. 3 kills. He's level 13. The game is over. If we had surrender votes, we might be seeing one here, but not going to happen. As 4 kills go to the side of T1, it's 13-1 now, and they're just waiting for the T1 Baron.
They're waiting for Baron!
Yeah.
Because it hasn't spawned yet for the first time. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Remember
Faker's got
game
his
one.
Seraphs completed. Oh.
Nice dodge. Yeah.
Seems like I wish top lane. Unlucky.
Well, as far as the example,
Power glide, you know.
we're keeping that in there.
We have
Okay,
to at
Cuz.
this
Cuz
point.
has a plan.
They're gonna get the Drake. He's just okay.
Well, I don't know.
Push coming too fast. Uh-oh. No, it's not. It's fine. Right? Is it fine? Yeah, it's fine. I think it's fine. Maybe it's not. No, it's not fine. Faker's legendary as he gets in there and picks up an 8th kill. This should be the end of the game. T1 will just push down the mid lane, or maybe the bottom lane where they do have minions. They have it in both. Does not matter. 24-minute game as T1 will just stomp them at the end of this game. Maybe they'll play with their food as well, looking for a little dive onto the fountain. They're trying to bait in Faker, and they will take down the Nexus in time. Bunch of good-natured buddies as 16-1 is the final kill score as well. Easiest game, it felt like, for T1 as they skated to the victory and the 2-1 tonight.
And as we are coming to the halfway point of this night at the LCK, everything goes according to plan. T1 gets another decisive victory, and KT fans feel a glimmer of hope before it is shut down by a team that just looks incredible. T1, the game one, really clearly caught off guard by what I do again want to highlight was a very good game of KT. And KT, to me, even though the following 2 games were not showing the same kinds of resilience or success, doesn't really matter. Overall, great first debut game from them. They did a much better job than Gen G, which I think in of itself is already a great sign for this team and for things to come. But you are facing T1, and I think T1 will make a lot of teams just look kind of silly as we go into these best of threes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, T1 came out a little bit slow, right? Owner's been hitting the gym as well, speaking of course, we all know that. And I think, you know, KT do need to be a little bit worried about the huge seesaw from how incredible their game 1 was to what happened in the following 2 games. You know, you want to see consistency.
Yeah.
You want to see something great out of these top-level players. And they are a new roster compared to T1, of course. But at the same time, you know, it's best of 3. You got to be able to keep it consistent. So I'll be looking for that for KT to potentially improve on. On the other side, though, T1, you know, of course, a little extra salute there from our future POG of Game 3. No doubts. By the way, Guma did do a nice little ceremonial bow, I suppose you could call it, because big holiday coming up this weekend here in Korea, Lunar New Year. So a little bit of extra context for that one. This game, though, I'm not sure if you can add any extra context here, Chronicler. You are a fantastic analyst, but there wasn't too much to analyze in this game, to be honest. We got that as well. Yeah.
That's all it takes. Oh, fuck, then dive. And overall, T1 look really, really good. Caught off guard one game, but fortunately in the LCK, as T1 remembers very well from spring last year, we're playing best of 3s. So in the end, not going to be a problem whatsoever. And overall, it's the same gold graph.
It's what we expected. I mean, this is T1. They're still together from last year. They made it to the World Final, Game 5. Against KT, a new roster of great players, but again, it's the beginning of spring, right? And speaking of POG, I think also we might get some video votes for Gumayusi, so just be prepared for that. What did you want to say?
I wanted to point at the damage where Lens
or the
It's
lack.
not trend anymore. It's more about OMG these days. And Gumayusi has been, you know, practicing that moves in the team house. So I was like, yeah, let's do it together as a ceremony.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷. Oh my God. 문제야. come true. 와, 감사합니다. 여러분 끝났습니다.
Gumayusi and Carrie are doing some cute dance moves from Nugent's Oh My God, their recent track.
네, 승리 세레모니까지
Thank you
해주셨는데,
for the ceremony.
앞으로 이제 가장 먼저 2승을 거둔 T1입니다.
And T1 is the first team here at the Spring Split to get 2 wins in a row. I mean, even though we lost the first game, we were not worried about it at all. We were laughing, we were having fun.
They might know about this. They are going to face check it, trying to bring him back is Kyle, but now all the summoners are gone. Envy stepping forward, trying to trade it here. The flash as well. A couple of Qs just going wide, and he cannot get the kill. And that is 2 in the bottom side already for D plus Kia. And the Dragon.
Oh, and that is about the worst way that could have possibly gone. In a high-stakes moment where at the very least you might be able to get yourself a kill as Zeri. Zeri is literally the only AD carry where you can miss autos. That's a tilter. That's a tilter right there.
Okay,
Lord.
well, he is Ari.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
But that is going to be a recurring theme, as maybe we can get some diving
Here
here.
we go. Old Prox culling is out, clears the wave as in goes Willer, trying to make this happen. Fantastic tidal wave comes out. Perfect timing from Kellen. And the dive is dead on arrival. And Kellen might just kill Envy here alone. As, yep, he flashes in, gets the kill. Definitely a bit of showmanship there at the end. As Kellen's like, no, that's my kill, even though Def flashed. Or he didn't flash, but he dashed in to try to get that one. And this is not getting any easier, Chronicler, for the bot lane of the Sandbox.
It's time to tap the sign. Even the worst team in the LCK is a great team. They just look silly because they're playing against much better players. Do think that this is clearly a sign of desperation. You're diving without a wave into a Lucianami with all summoners.
Immediately there. And everybody will be swept under the tide as, okay, Berto's trying to get on top of Deft here, but the Lucian just a little bit too slippery. as Closer will go down as well, and the game over emote comes out. It is true, as the ace will come through, and it's clean.
That might be the most one-sided game of League of Legends that I've casted in possibly. Well, I don't know. I have not felt this desolate in a long time.
Yeah.
As D-Plus Kia, what a masterclass.
Yeah, I think, you know, going into game 2, start off by not giving Lucian to one of the best Lucian players in the world. That would be my advice. Just a little step. You know, here's Canyon.
No.
There is no vision here.
No.
He's got red buff.
No.
And he has to advance.
No.
Okay, well, Envy is dead. That is the end of Envy. It's pretty quick. First blood. Envy is not very happy with this. And again, I mean, this... I feel like after game 1, it should have been a little bit obvious that they are going to focus you down. But the ward not there on time. You want to break down that play for us, Chronicler? Any thoughts?
Yeah, Canyon